It's a Prime Day haul, and since this is a budget lifestyle channel, we are going to find out if we really did save money on this most recent Prime Day, or are they tricking us? Yes, October 7th and 8th, Prime Day occurred again. The big one that was in the summer, I did not partake in. It was a season of pulling back, of saving, but this time around, it fell around my birthday, October 6th. Shout out, fellow Libras. Hey, where y'all at? I got a couple of items that I have been watching for a long time. Like, I've seen them all over the internet. I've been curious about them, but I hadn't bought them yet until now. And then I got a couple of things that I actually use regularly, like just toiletries, things like that, essentials for your house. And I wanted to see if these deals were actually worth it. So I have up every single item that I got. I have my receipt, and then I also have what the prices are today, which is a day after Prime Day has ended. We are gonna dive deep and investigate, because are we really saving or are they tricking us? So let's start with some skincare. I got these vitamin C pads from Medicube. Now, I've seen Medicube all over online for their zero pore and like another type. It's the one that's white and blue. I went with something that I actually feel like is going to work or has more of a high probability of working, which is vitamin C. And I know my skin responds really well to vitamin C. It's great for your dark marks. It's great for hyperpigmentation. It's great for evening your skin tone. These are hydrating and are going to help with resurfacing that skin. So the reason why I went with this one is because the other ones with the zero pore, let me just say, you are never going to get rid of your pores. Please hear me clearly. Pores do not disappear. They do expand and shrink, but they don't disappear. So any of that zero pore, glass skin, whatever, I kind of try to shy away from. What I love about this is that this is jumbo. So you're gonna get 70 pads. That's amazing. If you use these twice a day, you got 35 days. So just over a month to rejuvenate the skin. It has sea buckthorn extract, which is gonna help brighten and even skin tone. It has niacinamide, and y'all already know niacinamide is great for my skin. I respond really well to it, which targets post-acne marks, hello, and also supports your skin barrier. Then of course it has vitamin C, which is great for dark spot visibility and evening the skin tone, as I mentioned in the beginning. And then it has panthenol, which promotes smoother skin. One side is smooth, which is this side, and then the other side has some grooves, probably for some deep exfoliation. Now, in terms of figuring out where in my skincare this could be used, I just did a quick search to see if vitamin C was okay to be used with retinoids, because I am still using my Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping retinoid. Vitamin C and retinol can be used together. They're both antioxidants. I'm gonna use these pads, let it set into my skin, and then I'm gonna use the retinol, and that is gonna be my evening routine, which is great. Now let's check the prices to see if I really got a deal. So when I purchased the Medicube pads, they were $15.12, and now when I'm looking on Amazon one day later, they're $15.12. They are still on a massive deep discount. They are more than half off right now still. I don't know if that's an extended sale or somebody's lying. I have questions, but let's move on. Now, if you saw a couple months ago, I did a review on vitamins and the multivitamins that were more higher priced and if they were really worth it or not. These were like vegan, super clean, etc. Ended up going back to using Ritual, which was one of the options that I felt like worked really well. There was a sale. I hopped on that sale, budget lifestyle channel. So I got another bottle of these. These are the Ritual Essentials for Women, multivitamin 18+. You take 2 capsules. Sometimes I actually prefer to take 1 just to extend the life of these a bit because they are a bit more expensive. Vitamin D, vitamin E, folate, vitamin B12, iron. It has magnesium. It has omega-3s, K2. When I purchased these just yesterday, I got them for $24.78, which, trust me, that is the deal. One day later, they're going for $27.53. That's the second one that still has a bit of a discount. Next up, another essential, overpriced toothpaste. Toothpaste in the stores is going up as well, but this is a 3-pack. So this is my tried and true, which a lot of people have asked me about my teeth, or I was like, you have like the brightest smile or your teeth, which I don't always feel the case, but I mean, in this moment I do. But I use Hello Naturally Whitening, their anti-cavity fluoride toothpaste, meant to be. I've bought this a trillion times over. Whatever price it is, I usually just generally get it. I haven't shied away from this brand or this specific type in a long time. I'm personally on the fluoride train. If you're not and you're fluoride free, like, more power to you. They do have fluoride free options. So I paid $11.99 for a 3-pack. The normal price of this is $14.97. For my essentials, they are already higher than normal, but this is the life I am leading in this moment. So that actually did work itself out. If you've been on my channel, especially during pandemic times, I was a jump rope fanatic. And as I always say, it was single-handedly the best form of a workout. I believe it got me ripped. Like I was shredded during that. Finally, I got a new cordless jump rope. I was really curious to see how the cordless jump ropes have advanced since then, since a couple years ago. The weights on the end of the cordless jump rope are a little bit more weighted so that you feel what would be the weight that it would if the rope was attached. Now, if you're like, what in the heck are you talking about? Years ago, I came across a cordless jump rope because I had just moved into my apartment and I didn't want to disturb people with the sound, etc. I tried it out with one of the brands. It was pretty cool. And you do still get the corded part of the jump rope. So you have an option to use either. The cool thing about this is that there's also a display screen that can count your jumps, that can time, etc., because that's obviously going to be really helpful when you're using it. I will say that I felt like the color was going to be more of a muted pink. It's a little bit brighter. They're like a dog toy, kind of, but they do have weight. Like as I'm holding these, I'm like, oh, I could see how when this is swinging around, this will be easy for you to feel that you're jumping at the right time. If you wanted to go from corded or not, you would just slide this off and then unattach it. And then here is the actual rope. It comes with a screw and it comes with another battery and it has instructions on how to adjust it and then also how to set it up. But I got the jump rope for $9.43. It's going for $14.97. That's probably the biggest jump. Very glad that I got it at that time. Now for the last thing, the piece de resistance, a weighted vest. This has been all over my social media for months. This whole idea of having it up here and focusing more on the upper body has me very curious for my core, for my posture. And I went with 10 pounds because I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know if I can handle higher than that. Air out the vest for 24 to 48 hours in a well-ventilated air before use, which does make sense because it does smell. It smells like, almost smells like rubber. This is the weighted vest that I went with. Oh my gosh, my arms, they're so tired. I know they said to like, let it air out first, but I just wanted to try it on in case you're, whoa. This is cool. That feels amazing. You know how they previously had those posture things where you could like pull it down to help with your posture? This feels similar to that, but because it's weighted, it feels amazing. And as someone that has a fuller chest, I'm naturally like here. So I think that this weight is helping to distribute it much better. Now I can kind of understand how someone would want like a 15-pounder. I am strapped in, ready to go. I can't wait to work out with this. Let's see if we had a bit of a deal. I spent $20.78 on this weighted vest, which I think is actually a really good price. It's going for $25.98. So I saved $5. I think that's great. The hardest part of all of this is just holding it. I can't single-handedly hold 10 pounds, but I can put it on my shoulders. You can adjust it here. So if you have a broader chest, all of that, I imagine that that would just expand the whole thing. So just FYI, but you wanna pull yourself in with these upper abs. I don't necessarily feel it in the lower abs. I will when I start walking, but it's more about my ribs and bringing that in, which feels like lightly activated right now. I'm just gonna go to my usual 2.6 and I'm gonna be here for the next hour. That's usually what I do. All know goes up to a 4.0, or you don't know, you know now. But this is how it looks when I'm running. So it's a jog that I get a workout in. And so, yeah, you do obviously feel it rising up and down. Even if I pull this tight, it's still gonna be moving, but it's a great little addition to just kick your workout up into high gear. Now I've got my cordless jump rope. As you can see, I still have all my furniture around me and all that. This is very realistic of working out in an apartment. I did end up keeping the vest on because I was curious now that I was running with the vest. Obviously, maybe there's a chance that I could be jumping with the vest too. So I want to get it to the rhythm of my jumps. So that's why I'm hearing it. I could see how easy it would be to swing this faster than what you're actually jumping. So it's like you really have to find the rhythm of it. That was already a minute of jumping and you can hear that it's beeping. Hopefully that's not obnoxious. I had glanced down and it said 144 jumps. Timer on here is actually a countdown. I'm just gonna do it again to see if I hit around the same amount. And I'm gonna try to save it so you could see on the screen and I'm not lying. The timer, I'm going to 1 minute and then I press set again. There it is, keeping the rhythm. And I used to do box. Oh. So I don't normally jump over here, let me just say. It's just because my camera was already set up. But luckily these things, like I said, they're squishy, so my table should still be intact. I set it for 20 minutes. I did a 20-minute jump rope workout, and holy smokes, I forgot how intense that was, plus the vest. Burned 123 calories. My jumps were 1224, so 1,224, and it was for 20 minutes. That's how much an actual workout could be. And again, I only did 20 minutes, and the workout format is like 50 seconds on, 10-second rest. Then you do some sort of other activity like squats or lunges or something like that, and then you go back in and then you do it twice through. So both of these are an absolute win, and I feel like I got them for a really good price. Prime Day deals, the Black Friday of the past, where things are like 70% off. I feel like both Black Friday and these big sales things don't actually exist anymore. What a time to be alive when we got to have like those huge sales. Let's have a conversation down below. I feel like I walked away from Prime Day with some good deals. If you did as well, comment that down below. Hype this up if this was helpful for you. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.